All right, if you run a website, you're probably used to seeing all sorts of visitors pop up in your server logs. But what if I told you there's a new, kind of mysterious visitor from Google that started showing up? Let's figure out exactly what this means, not just for today, but for the future of your site.
You know, for years, we've thought of Google's bots as these digital librarians, just quietly organizing all the world's information in the background. But this new visitor, it's completely different. It's not just cataloging your content anymore, it's acting on it. And believe me, that changes pretty much everything. And look, this isn't just some theory or speculation. On March 20th, something very specific and very significant changed, and it really marked a new chapter in how Google interacts with the entire web.
So here's what happened. Google officially documented a brand new user agent called, you guessed it, Google Agent. And get this, they even gave a fascinating example, something called Project Mariner, which is an AI agent right inside Chrome that can complete tasks for you. And this isn't some far off in the future thing, it's rolling out as we speak.
Okay, so what exactly is this new agent? To really get it, we kind of have to challenge what we thought we knew about Google's bots. The official definition is pretty clear, but there's one phrase in there that just leaps off the page: on behalf of users. This isn't about Google indexing the web for itself anymore. No. This is about Google's AI performing a task that a real person, a human being, specifically asked it to do.
The difference here is just stark. Think about it. We're all used to Googlebot, right? The automated librarian of the web. But Google Agent, it's so much more like a personal shopper sent to your website with a very specific mission, directly from a real user.
Now, just let that sink in for a second. Every single time Google Agent appears in your logs, it means a real person prompted an AI, and that AI chose your site to get the job done. This is a really fundamental shift in how we need to think about web traffic.
Now, it's really tempting to just see this as some minor technical update, something for the engineers to worry about. But that would be a huge mistake. You should think of this as the first tremor before a major earthquake in how the web actually operates.
We are literally witnessing an evolution in real time. We're going from the crawling web of the past to what we can call the agentic web of the future. And we are right at the very beginning of this new era, where the first signs of this agent activity are just now starting to appear. Okay, so right now, these agents aren't booking flights or making purchases on a massive scale yet. But make no mistake, they are already browsing your content, they're evaluating your pages, and they're navigating your site. And it's all being driven by real user requests. This behavior is real, it's growing, and this is just the beginning. So, the big question is, how do you prepare for this new reality? Well, the good news is, the first steps are actually pretty simple, and it all starts with just being aware of what's happening on your own site. Your action plan really boils down to two key steps. First, you need to start tracking these new visitors. Just go into your logs and look for Google-Agent. Second, and this is so crucial, you need to make sure you're not accidentally blocking them. Let's dig into that a little more.
Hey, don't be surprised if the volume is super low at first. That's okay. The goal right now is just to establish a baseline. But more importantly, you've got to review your security settings, things like your Content Delivery Network, or CDN, and your Web Application Firewall, the WAF. A lot of these tools are set up to block malicious bots, but they might inadvertently block these new, totally legitimate agents. You'll want to make sure the official IP ranges for Google Agent are on your allow list.
Okay, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture for a second, because this is so much more than just a new entry in your log files. It's a huge sign that we need to start rethinking how we optimize our entire online presence.
What Google is signaling here is a future where a huge portion of web traffic isn't from people clicking links, but from AI agents acting on their behalf. That is a profound, profound shift in how the web is going to function. So this new reality, it requires a new approach. Let's call it Agentic Search Optimization, or ASO. Think of it as the next evolution of SEO. It's all about making your site and your brand not just appealing to humans, but also perfectly legible to the AI agents who will be making decisions for them.
For years, we've obsessed over user experience for humans, but now we have to ask ourselves a totally new question. Is your website built for their AI agents? Because in the coming agentic web, the sites that can be navigated, understood, and acted upon by AI, well, those are going to be the ones that win. Thanks for joining me.